advice to anybody wanting to be involved in a space mission is space is closer than you think. I mean, you're already using space every day. So, and it's not that difficult. I think everybody is participating in space already. I mean, people don't know, but they are already participating in space because, I mean, the average citizen is using something like 100 satellites every day when they're using, positioning services, your mobile, internet access. So space is fundamental to mankind. Typically, space for the last 50 years has been a very kind of endogamic world, I mean, closed world, engineers talking to engineers. And that was fine, but now that has changed completely. We need initiatives like, I mean, what you are doing, guys, is bringing space to the people in the street and the students in the schools and anybody become involved in the space mission. You don't have to be if you're an engineer, of course, you will have your role. But if you're an expert in marketing, you're an expert in content generation, even you're an expert in being able to explain technology, you have a role in space. You have a role in space mission, and it's necessary because we need this kind of capabilities. We need this kind of expertise to be in the space industry also, not only engineers.
Why would the people want their own satellite?
Well, I think on one hand, having something in orbit that is yours, that you have built, that is being in your table and in your laboratory, it's a very strong feeling. I mean, when we recruit engineers, one of the things I always tell them is okay, you can work for a big company in very large projects, but with us, the hardware you have on your table today will be in orbit tomorrow. So not many companies can say that, and that is very attractive to people who like to build things and see them working. Knowing that there is something 500, 2,000 kilometers above your head that is working and that is something that you built, that is really rewarding feeling. So I guess people like to build things, people like to see them working, but if you can make them work in an environment like space that is aggressive, that is difficult, that's very rewarding.
Well, that happens sometimes. You just wake up and you just want a satellite. Maybe
I mean, exactly. I mean that's what happened to him. He woke up one day and said, "I want a satellite."
And I think more people will feel like that because we are just opening up a new space technology and everybody can do everything now. And I think people will wake up with that idea more often than before.
PocketCube initially was something that was very much focused on university projects and students. And now it is true that there are many university teams and student teams that are building PocketCubes because it's the smallest, easiest platform to build. And a community is being created around the PocketCube concept, and we are part of it. You are part of it. Our friends from Alba Orbital are part of this community. But more and more, there are commercial applications for PocketCubes. They are not only an education tool or something that students can use to experiment, to research or experiment. More and more, they are becoming a platform to provide service that customers are willing to pay for. As I said before, the applications of space now are massive. I mean, from Earth observation to communications to positioning and navigation, those three areas are fundamental to mankind. And I mean, if suddenly space or satellites will stop working, we will be back in the 60s. So and I don't think we're ready for that. I mean, I don't think we want that. So we don't. So that is why we need space, and it's also very important. We need to take care of space because it's a finite resource. It cannot be used lightly. We need to be aware of potential problems like space debris and space traffic management. We need to use space responsibly because it's a very strategic resource for mankind. I mean, it's something we cannot allow to waste or to malfunction. So because it's, I mean, our very lives sometimes depend on space and satellites working. So we need to really be aware that there are, of course, there are the oceans, the air we breathe. Those are important resources, but space is also a key resource for mankind, and we need to use it responsibly and take care of it. The idea of the core idea of our company was born, I think, in 2017. One of my co-founders, Felix, I think he woke up one day and he said, "I want to build a satellite. I want to build because he came from the radio amateur community. He was very much involved in radio amateur communications. He knew satellites played an important role in amateur communications, and there was not many satellites available to the amateur radio communities. So he said, okay, let's try to build the smallest, lowest cost satellite possible so we can make it available to the amateur radio community worldwide." So that was, I mean, I would say that was the seed of the company. He started working weekends and free time, and then we soon realized that we needed to set up a company to make the project more rigorous and more professional. I mean, you need funding, so the only way to get funding is to establish a company. So that's what we did in 2021. But the seed of Hydra Space was born one day in Felix's mind when he woke up and said, "I'm going to build a small satellite for the amateur radio community." That's where everything started, I would say.
Hello from Istanbul. I am ambassador of icMercury, and my superpower is connection. I bring people, ideas together across borders. And for me, icMercury satellites are bridges. They connect cultures, businesses, and people might be far apart, but they all share the same sky. As founders, we each share a unique perspective.
Hello from Finland. I'm Harry, lifeguard of icMercury, and my superpower is combining new and old technology. I combine automation, communication, commerce, and security with existing and future systems. For me, icMercury satellite and application enable the expansion of communication and commerce, and the exploitation of new innovation as part of future.
Hello from Miami. I'm Li Jie, captain of icMercury. My superpower is healing and giving strength, helping our work to bring balance and hope. To me, icMercury satellites are like companions in the sky. They bring joy back into our lives by keeping us connected, by lifting up our spirits, and by reminding us that even in distance, we are never alone. icMercury is here to connect, to energize, and to bring joy from Earth to the stars. We look forward to sharing our journey at the Go Global Awards in London. Hope to see you there.